Hey everyone, welcome back to The Silver Lining here on YouTube, or welcome if you're new. I'm Sarah, and today I am starting officially my 40 bags in 40 days decluttering journey for Lent this year. So I'm starting in my kitchen because I feel like the kitchen is one of the easiest places to start, because most of the items in the kitchen are not sentimental. There's not a lot of thinking involved. The biggest challenge will probably be that I need to check with my husband to see if it's something that he feels like we should keep versus if it's something that I know we should keep. I have a couple of tools with me. Of course, I have my 40 bags in 40 days paper, which you can find this on my blog. It's a graphic there. Hopefully it's easy to print out. Secondly, I have my list that I made. It's just on a little piece of paper. It's a list that I compiled of different areas in my house that I know I want to touch and go through to see if there's anything there that I can declutter. And of course, right at the top is recycling in my kitchen cabinets, pantry and fridge. I'm not sure if I'll get to that, but I did use the card deck, which I mentioned before. I will link my previous video, my intro type video above, so you can go through, but I did get a lot of my ideas from this card deck, beautifully organized in 52 weeks. And I got a lot of motivation to get started from the book Organized Simplicity. So those are all my tools and I am ready to get started. So let's get into it. Okay, so as I get started, I have a few things that I have easily accessible, and that is a grocery bag for maybe some garbage. But I also have two sort of medium-sized boxes, and I like to have that size of box because I don't want it to be too large to where it's too heavy to maneuver. So whatever I put in the boxes is either going to resale or to donation. And then of course there's a bag for trash, because inevitably there are things that we'll find that need to go in the garbage. Okay, I'm actually gonna just work my way around my kitchen, but I'm gonna start here. This is sort of, I say it's like a command center, but it's really someplace where I collect a lot of paperwork that we need to keep, but we don't need to access, and we don't need to deal with it right away. Most of the time, if it's something that I need to deal with right away, it just sits on the counter until it gets taken care of. So that prompts me, because I don't like things on the surfaces, it prompts me to get it taken care of. So I'm just gonna go through here real quickly and see if there's anything I can get rid of or recycle. A pile for recycling. This, I'm actually working on getting my massage license reinstated because I had to get insurance. They sent me a catalog and I do not need that. And then this, my husband and I actually just got our passports because we're going on a trip that I earned through Jordan Essentials. Pro tip, if you need to get passports, check your local library and see if they can help you, because they were so much more patient than I remember the post office being when I went and got my passport the first time. And it had been expired for probably more than 10 years, but we both got our passports, and the guy at the library was like, we'll take these extras because if you mess up, then you have to start over because you can't scratch anything out. So anyway, those can be recycled now. We got our passports. We are raring to go at the end of April. This is my husband's stuff. These are just file folders from previous years. He coaches our daughter's ball team. I just need to see if he needs to bring those back to the community club. And then this, I just need to ask him about that. 2 piles going so far. Let's keep going. I'm gonna work in my spice cabinet now. I think I'm just gonna speed up the video. You don't care what's in my spice cabinet. We all have spice cabinets. So I'm gonna speed it up and let you enjoy a little bit of music while I clean this out and fast forward. which I will put in this bag. We're starting to count bags. This is another little piece of pottery that I made in high school. It had some cooking extracts in it, but I got a bigger box for that, so it holds a little bit more of the cooking supplies, or baking supplies I should say. And then I took this off of the sugar pack, so now I have an extra chip clip. So moving on. Okay, the next cabinet is this one above the microwave. It actually just has my recipe box, which I'm okay with keeping that in there just as is. The other side has some cookbooks, which we have used exactly 0 times this year. I tried to declutter a lot of cookbooks the last time I went through my cabinets, but my husband likes to follow recipes, and he likes to have the cookbook paper copy. Plus, we do have some church cookbooks and stuff like that that have recipes that have been handed down, which I'm totally fine with keeping. But I'm just gonna pull everything out and see what I'm ready to get rid of, and then potentially just make a pile of things for him to look at when he gets home and decide if we need to keep them. It seems like such a waste of a cabinet. I'm not really sure what I would put up here, but I'm just decluttering and cleaning the cabinets out today, but I may keep that in mind for reorganizing later down the road. Currently, this is my stack of recycling. This I'm gonna go through really quick. This is what I took off the side of the fridge. It's just a bunch of coupons and gift certificates. Some stuff we need to keep, like there's a save the date for a wedding coming up this summer. But anyway, recycling, this is what I need to ask everyone about. These need to be relocated. Haven't decided on where to put those yet. Some magnets I pulled off the fridge for sure can go in the trash. Save the date, we'll recycle that. We have saved the date. These are new insurance cards. This is just a piece of paper that has my cell phone, my husband's cell phone, my parents' phone number, and our address, like just in case the kids were home alone and needed to get in touch with somebody. Leave that on the side of the fridge. And then this is broken. I guess this needs to get thrown away, and I need to find a different clip. This is a discount card, coupon, a honeydew list. Maybe I need to find like a envelope or something to put these in instead of hanging them on the side of the fridge. This can be recycled. Voter registration cards. Oh, and picture day order form, which just came in actually yesterday. So I'm gonna try to maybe find someplace else to put all these gift certificates, so they're not hanging on the side of the fridge, and then that clears off the side of the fridge a lot. All right, my growing piles, I've got recycle, and I gotta ask my family members about this stuff, and a bag of trash. And this is moving to a new spot, so put that with this. All right, let's keep going. I actually just did, this is our medicine cabinet. I just redid that one a couple of days ago, and I ended up getting rid of one empty aspirin bottle. That was it. And I also have my Jordan Essentials essential oils in there for diffusing, and a couple of sprays. But I mean, generally we are well people, so I don't have to keep a lot of medications or anything on hand. That one's finished. The next one here is my dishes, and I know there's a couple things up top that I am ready to part with, so we'll hop into that one right now. go so I can actually start my box. Got a couple of kids' plates, soup cup, little magic bullet, small cup. I've never reached for that either, so that's going. I've got my box of resale. This is probably gonna be resale. I don't have a bin for donation just yet started, but we are just getting started, right? So on to the next one. This cabinet is actually some supplements and paperwork. Like this has my daughter's handbook for school, some extra folders. I know it has the folder for my dog's medical history. So this pretty much can stay as is. Yeah, those are some water beads, and I have some extra book covers, so kind of like school supplies. But that, I mean, I know exactly what's in here, so I'm not gonna do anything with that. Yeah, it's just gonna stay as is. Moving on. So I'm not exactly sure if there's anything to declutter. This is the cup cabinet. I could probably get rid of some coffee mugs. I think I'm ready to get rid of some of the larger Turvis cups because that's not generally what we reach for anymore. So let's jump into it. These ones are my granny's glasses. I got them from my grandparents' estate when they both passed away. So those are definitely staying, but I'm gonna wipe out this cabinet. Okay, that feels like a good amount of stuff. I'm finished with my upper cabinets. So we're gonna start with the lower cabinets and drawers and see what we can come up with. This is the largest of my kitchen cabinets as far as width. So this is naturally where my utensils have to live. I also have some utensils that live over here in the corner in that canister because they're a little bit wider. It's like some spatulas. You can see my whisk. They're just a little bit too big for this drawer because this drawer is pretty shallow as well. Let's see if we can get rid of a few things and just make a little bit more sense. Okay, I got a few items of trash I'm getting rid of. This little tea steeper can go. This is, I'm gonna ask my husband about it, but it should be with the barbecue stuff. And then these are little finger oven mitts for the microwave. So those just need to get relocated. Here. Ask about that. I'm just gonna donate that. So 3 things of trash. I better put these in a little Ziploc bag. Moving on, I just have these 3 drawers left and then I'll do the cabinets. So I kind of already looked in here. I know what's in here. I just have a couple of oven mitts. The only thing is I could probably get rid of this cutting board. It's personalized though. It says Sarah's Kitchen. Maybe there's another Sarah out there that would love it. And it needs to go in with the tea. Some other oven mitts, a couple of small cutting boards, and my battery organizer, which this is where it lives. This works great for me. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this battery organizer. If you are looking for something that you feel like would make an impact, it is knowing exactly where my batteries are and what batteries I have. So I highly recommend that. If I can find the one that I purchased, I'll link it below. I'm pretty sure I found it from another YouTube video. Okay, this is my towels and washcloths. These need to stay. I mean, pretty much everything I want here is here. This is fine. This is fine. Lids, and I need to ask my daughter about this. These are small bowls and they're matching lids. Do have the lids, I can see just looking at them. And then these are lids to cups, which I kind of need to make sure about all of this. But otherwise, I think this can all stay as is. It's working fine. All right, well, so that one's that. And then this one is just my utensil drawer, which I actually cleaned this one out not super duper long ago. So, other than maybe a couple of straws, just looking at them, I would say this one can go. That's probably it for that. So that can go in the garbage. I think we got rid of the cup that this goes to. So that was super easy. Okay, I am actually thrilled with the progress that I have making so far. I'm going to work in these 3 cabinets behind me, or I guess 4. This is one cabinet with 2 doors under the sink. But these 2 on the corners are like those cabinets that just go on forever and ever. I don't have a Lazy Susan in them. We opted out of that whenever we redid our kitchen when we bought the house. I'm going to work in here. I'm going to start in here first and pull everything out and see what we got going on in here. I'm actually going to work with this as a lantern. It'll help you hopefully to be able to see because it's such a small space, but it'll also help me be able to see what's going on in here. I'm just going to start pulling everything out, and then I'm only going to put back in what I want to keep in there. So I have a whole bunch of jars in here. This is where I'm really going to make some headway as far as getting some stuff decluttered. Try something a little bit different here under my sink. I have my baking sheets and baking pans in that cabinet over there, and I kind of want to put them in here possibly. I think I'll take my toolbox out and put it over in that other cabinet, but I'm gonna finish cleaning this out. I might put everything back in and then finish decluttering the other cabinets and then potentially come back and reorganize, because I'm trying to stay on task, because I know this 40 bags in 40 days declutter challenge is decluttering, not cleaning, not organizing, but I have a really hard time with that if you haven't noticed already. So as I'm pulling stuff out, I just want to wipe everything out because, you know, it's cleaned out, so I want it to be clean. So anyway, to each their own. It's just what I'm doing. But I will try to stick to decluttering instead of organizing, and maybe I'll come back and share some organized spaces like at the end if I organize off camera. Okay. And this cabinet was just cleaned out not that long ago because we had some issues with our garbage disposal. Okay, I'm gonna throw that away. Gross. This little bowl, this is one of those instances where it's like, use what you have. This little bowl fits perfectly in between my pipe and the edge of my cabinet. So I kind of just keep some of the extras in here. And I was gonna actually go through this, which this hangs on this cabinet beside me, and take the extras out of here and also store them in this. Might help a little bit, because this actually goes inside of here. And this needs to go up here. Okay. That feels a little bit better. These things are cutouts of my countertop. When my husband and my father-in-law redid our kitchen, my father-in-law actually cut them and then chiseled them out so that they fit perfectly on the sink to create more counter space if we ever were to need it, cover up the holes of the sink. So that's kind of neat, something unique. Okay, I'll put this back in here. I'm gonna leave this as it is. It's cleaned out. I got one thing. I got this old school thermos out of it. It's Mario Bros. I'm gonna ask my niece if she wants it. She's a Mario Brothers super fan. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to do this cabinet. This is the cabinet where everything lives. Oh my gosh. There are a few things that I know can go, but I'm gonna pull everything out and then decide what I'm gonna put back in. All right, let's put a little light on this situation. Yikes. Just yikes. These things right down here came from the other cabinet. Everything else came from this cabinet. Okay. Let me clean out the cabinet and start making decisions. Progress. I've got these two popcorn tins, or popcorn bins, I guess. They're probably like from the Dollar Tree. So those will go in my resale box. Feeling like I'm really making some progress here. I've got 3 boxes going. Plus I need to decide what to do with this. Plus I have some stuff happening on the countertop. Progress is progress. One last drawer here. I am getting ready to just go through this. I don't think that I'm going to be getting rid of anything really. These are my pans like I had said before. This is a container that we use. It's sort of like a junk drawer. It has a lot of tools and stuff that we reach for, miscellaneous type of tools. So having this here is why I was thinking I would move my toolbox that's under the sink over here So I'm just gonna go through this stuff and then I will probably do the organizing off camera and then maybe show it to you when I'm finished. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so it turns out I did do a little bit of a swapperoo and organized a little bit better. So in this cabinet now, instead of on the top shelf, let me see if I can get you down here. Instead of my baking sheets and pans here, I moved my toolbox here, and also I just stuck this tea in here. That's a perfect spot for it for now. I'm not reaching for it too much this season, so that's great. This is the bin that it was here earlier. It has to stay here on the bottom because I store it with the lid just in case I ever didn't use it the way I'm using it, then I know where the lid is. So this cabinet is done and it has a little bit of breathing room, so that works great. And then over here in these two cabinets, I moved my pots and pans over to here. I still have easy access to like the dishwashing stuff, which is good, but this works great here, and it's vertical storage, so this seems like it'll work pretty well. And then this side, I just kept the cups the same, but I had this little mat that I was actually going to declutter, and I thought, well, maybe I'll put it at the bottom of here just to kind of differentiate the two spaces. So then I am actually decluttering this green bowl because the extra items that I had stored in there are not going to fit under the sink the way that I have all this. And I'm decluttering this mini muffin pan. I just have never used it like I thought I would. Getting rid of these two items. So that feels good. I'm going to show you an overview real quick. Before I give you my final count, I actually am going to take this basket out to my car right now and bring it to the recycling. When I go pick up my daughter from school, I'm going to take it and empty it so that way it is emptied for the next round of whatever I have for recycling. So I'm going to count that as one bag and then bring it out to my car and show you what I've got so far for today. I have in total 4 boxes here. This one inside of this one, I'm counting that as one because the white box is going to my grandma's and the brown box is just a couple of items that is going to my mom and my sister. These 2 items are going to resale. This one is going to recycle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, plus my other recycle that already went out the door. And on the countertop, I have this pile of stuff that I need to ask my family about. And this is a bag of trash, so that counts as well. So I'm gonna say 6 for today, which is amazing. And then I'm gonna see about these things later on this evening when everyone gets home. It is the next day and I am back in the kitchen because I wanted to clean out my pantry just a little bit. I shared a few weeks ago that I cleaned out the bottom of my pantry, but now I just want to hit every shelf and just kind of touch everything, take an inventory so that I know what's in there and clean out some of the stuff that doesn't necessarily belong or that we're not using. If you are loving this, then give me a thumbs up before you leave. Be sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss my future videos in this declutter series. And also check out my friends who are also participating in the 40 Bags in 40 Days challenge. Melinda from Melinda Plain and Simple, Danielle from Clean House Simple Mama, Candace from That Canadian Mom, and Jen from Live, Laugh, and Love with Jen. They are all participating in the 40 Bags in 40 Days challenge alongside me, and they are getting some really good decluttering done too. Now let's jump into this pantry and be done in the kitchen. Okay, inside of the top of my pantry, I have this I'm gonna grab down. This has just some extra magnet clips that I don't need, but I don't know where else to store them. I also really like this little container. It used to be the colors of my kitchen, that teal, and then there's a little bit of burgundy writing on it, but it's not anymore. This crock pot is one of those that you can carry along with you. It has little locks on the sides of the handles and it comes with a spoon. This is like a small dip size crock pot, which I like. And then last is the rice cooker, which we don't really use that often. I actually just reminded my husband of it. And the last time we were at the store, he bought a bag of rice so that we could use the rice cooker. So anyway, those 3 like cookers are gonna stay up there. I'm gonna grab that down and take a look at that. I don't necessarily wanna get rid of that bin, but I don't need what's in it. Next is sort of paper products. So I just kind of need to go through there. I'm actually missing my other crock pot because I made some crock pot chicken last night, so that's washing. And then we get down to the actual food storage. So I'm not sure I'm gonna pull everything out. I have a few containers that are easy to pull out, and like this one with drink mixes, I probably will pull that one out because I know there's a few things in there that have been in there for a while and we just aren't reaching for. So anyway, let's start decluttering. Pantry that I just want to go through and see what we can get rid of or just sort of make a little bit more sense of. I'm going to start with this because this is what I was telling you about. This bin is super cute. I really like it. But inside is just this bag of clips. It's just like a chip clip. It has a magnet on the back, so I really don't need to keep all of them. I might just keep a couple of them and store them someplace else and then get rid of the rest of them. That leaves this empty. This I just got out because I am gonna relocate it. My daughter really likes to have ice cream cones as an after school snack sometimes, and so she's been reaching for this a little bit more. So I'm gonna put it on one of the lower shelves so that she can reach for that easier. This honey is old. This is another little piece of pottery that I made. This was actually my very first piece of pottery that I made in high school in my pottery class. And so sometimes when our coffee, like our big thing of coffee grinds is really full, then the cup or the scoop that we use just goes in here. So there's a few little coffee grounds in there. I'm just gonna wash that out and put it back in the pantry. This bin is full of drink mixes. This one, no one likes this one. It's peppermint hot cocoa. Getting rid of that. This is the one that I couldn't get open. This lip on it is really weird, and I just. Then I've got a few. Oh, this is tea. This can go in with my tea. These are actually also teas. Those can go in with my tea. Let me pull that out really quick. I'm actually going to speed this process up a little bit, so just take a listen and enjoy. I found the perfect use for this little bin. I am using it to store my daughter's lunch snacks in it. She usually packs her own lunch, my older daughter. She gets some kind of a leftovers or a sandwich from the refrigerator, and then she'll grab for a few of these items. And they were just being stored in a part of a cardboard box. So I thought I'll use this. It's way cuter and it holds more. That'll go out to the trash. This is going out to the trash. This, no one can get open, so that's going to the trash. This is old, January 12th, 2023. Okay, April 2022. Okay. I feel bad getting rid of food items and drink items, but since they're expired, that makes me feel a little bit better, and this can go out to the garbage. So I'm just gonna keep maybe 3. That seems reasonable. And then the rest of them, I'm gonna donate them. So this box of garbage, I will add to the bag that I already had going that was just going to the trash. So that is still 6 boxes for today. And then this, I had my husband go through those cookbooks and I started a new donation box, so I'll count that together. So over in the corner, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was my recycle, 6 was my trash, and then this 7 is my continued donation box, which has a couple of the cookbooks that my husband said he was okay with getting rid of. But they keep falling over. Okay, here we go. 7 for the day. I'm gonna just share my after pics with you. I am really proud of me. I hope that you got some inspiration or motivation to tackle just one drawer or one cabinet in your kitchen. It really makes a difference to just know what type of inventory you have, what you're working with, and just get rid of the stuff that is not useful to you and not functioning in your life at this moment. Give yourself permission to just let go. So listen, when you're finished here, like I said before, go check out the ladies in my description box for a little bit more of the 40 bags in 40 days inspiration. Be sure to subscribe here first so that you don't miss an upcoming video in this series and more. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.